Hello, Miss Ra. Good afternoon.
Hello!
Ano po, Miss Ja, 3:50 na lang po tayo mag-start ng countdown kasi 10 minutes na yung countdown na hindi siya 15 minutes.
Okay, sige.
Yung may hangganan na para simento, di ba? May picture lang dito. Bago yung mo ako, pagbaba, saan yung notarize ka ba? Ay, yung mauna, yung parang may mababa lang na hangganan. Kasi yung pinagparapit ko ng pasyente yung malalim eh. Mapapasyado. Pag sa bungas, yung dati yung mauna, mapapalaan.
Miss Ja, hello. Si Ma'am daw yung mag-share ng recording kasi di ba po may opening presentation siya. Siya na lang daw mag-share ng video recording niya.
Sino po to?
Si Miss Germaine.
Okay pa. Sige pa.
Naririnig po ba ako sa Zoom? Ay, sorry. Walang sound.
Hello.
Hello po. Wait lang po, mag-fix lang po ako ng device po. Ayan po, ma'am.
Hello. I can't hear the sound po.
Wait lang po, restart ko lang po yung OBS ko ng bilis. Ayan po, naririnig po yung sound.
No pa din po eh.
Okay, wait lang po. Try ko po mag-share po ng computer audio po sa ano.
Ayan.
Ayan po.
Yes po. Yes, I can hear na.
Kasi po kapag naka-mute po ako, ay kapag nag-unmute po ako, naririnig po yung audio ko as in itong boses ko. So, mag-share na lang po talaga ako ng computer sound para po ma-register kay Zoom yung tunog po nung na lumalabas po from OBS.
Yeah. Okay. After that, after ng countdown, next na ipe-play yung OBB. So, 1 minute siya. Siguro we can play 3 times yung OBB. Kasi 1 minute.
Noted po. Thank you po. Bale, ma'am, nakamute na po ako sa ano. Ay, sorry, hindi na nakamute.
Hi, Ja. Hi, Claire.
Hello?
Yes, Ja. How many times sent a link to the participants?
Nag-send po kami kagabi and then nag-set po ako ng reminder 1 hour before the event.
Okay. I've asked a friend to check her spam folder but wala pa rin daw eh.
Baka naka-search na daw po nila yung pinakang mismong Synergy ePanel webinar.
What do you mean?
Yung pong parang, kunyari po pag nag-search sila, yun na lang po i-search nila para lumabas siya. Kasi nag-try din po ako mag-send sa akin and nag-try din po ako kay Blessing. Na-receive naman po namin siya. Fini-figure out ko pa po if pwedeng mag-resend sa kanila nung email kasi one time, pagka-send po namin sa kanila, nagsisend na. Tapos next na po yung isa. And then, sinecheck ko pa po kung paano ko ma-export tong nasa email. Ayun pong mga nasenda ng link. Select ka, Pepe.
Double check lang kasi I'm not sure whether yung subject ba napalitan na?
Yun pong Synergies ePanel webinar yung nilagay ko.
Nakalagay doon.
Apo.
Oo. Sige, I'm checking with her.
Sige po.
Further.
Pero yung sinend ko po sa Viber, yun po yung unique link niya.
Ayan. Ito.
Apa.
Okay.
Sige.
Yung video ko nandito na. It's 26.3 MB. Gusto mong kunin or ako na lang mag-play?
Pwede niyo pong i-send na din po sa amin para po sure if may magka-problem po, may copy po kami.
All right. Here. Kasya naman to na 26.3 MB.
Apo.
Sa Viber na?
Apo, kasya po yan.
Okay,
And
here.
also, Miss Ja, pwede po pakisend na lang yung link ni Mr. Jazper sa group net. Kasi
Jazper.
Hindi rin niya nakuha.
Yes po.
Jazper. Nabigyan niyo na po yung email ni Jazper. Ay. Jazper. Ito. Sendan ko po siya.
So, hi Donald.
Hi, Germaine.
My presentation is just 10 minutes. Oh, I was able to make it.
Yeah. I think lang naman puro, although feeling ko yung presentation natin, tig 10 to 15, so 1 hour. Then 1 hour na lang yung Q&A.
Oo, baka less pa nga naku.
Can you,
yung mga palabang.
some construction happening on neighbor side. Can you hear it or no? They're drilling.
None. From your end?
Wala.
Wala naman.
Sige.
Can you hear me well? Okay naman.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Claire, can you just find out if Mr. Franco, here's Jazper, got his link?
Hello.
Hi, Jazper.
Hi.
How are you? Good afternoon.
Good. Hey, let me just check my virtual background.
Oo. Donald, may mga transition slides lang, videos. Mga short lang yun, parang 3-second video para lang to show.
No problem. Hi, Jazz.
Hi.
Time.
Sir Donald, how are you?
Also, you know each other na. Yay.
Yeah, we're brothers in JCI. Tapos I hosted their MSAP induction.
Okay. Kilala si Jazper kilala.
Lala, wow.
Naman.
Talaga naman.
High profile MC mo
Yeah.
Oo.
Okay.
Donald, okay na ba yung ano? Okay na ba yung profile ni Nick?
Okay na yun. Kasi from LinkedIn mo pala kinuha yun. So official yun. Okay yun.
Oh, okay. Kaya lang hindi ko alam kung paano ipasok yung ano, being the only Filipino in Romania.
Ako na bahala doon.
Okay, sige. Recognized in Romania. Yes, so we will start. Jazper, I will take a look at the script again, but yun na yun actually.
All
We'll
right.
be on Facebook Live. I just forgot yata to mention. Donald, you're okay naman with that?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Yes. Sige. So, Ja, you will start na?
Okay po.
Ready to rock and roll? Yes, thank you. Let's do this.
Ready? Come on.
Yeah. Yay. Thank you.
I-record ko rin po patong po. Start na po kami and then start na din po kami ng countdown.
Yes, thank you. Let's break a leg. Thank you.
One of our company values is to be fearless.
Our values are be fearless and to be fast.
YouGov is a global data analytics and market research company which utilizes the internet to provide world-class research and data products to a wide variety of clients around the globe.
The YouGov panel is a group of real people around the world who talk to us every day. They're willing to answer our questions, also a sense that they are contributing to national debate.
YouGov is innovating in research by building the largest connected data source the world has seen before. So we can know what brands people interact with, we can know what they're watching on TV, we can know what supermarket they're using, we can know what they're doing online, we can know their attitudes towards life, we can know about how they go about their day-to-day business, for example, how they commute. Essentially, we can know about their entire lives, first of all on an individual basis, and then as we broaden that out, to know it about groups of people. The surprise that companies find when they come to us, the power of what we've got, is that it's already there. We don't have to go out and collect it. We already know huge amounts about clients' audiences.
It's not about big data. It's about the right data. And as a marketer, having the right data to make decisions you can truly stand behind is crucial.
Your brand in tune with the changing times. At 360 Next, we are ready to bring your company to the next level. Don't miss the chance to get your company noticed. We offer our 360 solutions just right for you and your target market. Our services. Stand out from your competition and channel your message to the right market. And together, let's create what's next.
Live TV God's Channel of Blessings app is our new way to engage and be a channel of blessings to millions of lives, all for the glory of God. Through this app, your favorite live TV shows and live streams are made possible, hoping that we can encourage, speak life, and uplift people around the world. This app becomes exciting because of its key features. Watch and discover live TV shows for your daily dose of inspiration and encouragement. Exclusive video on-demand sermons and clips from Christians and TV hosts. Easy access to give and donate to Live TV Foundation. Watch live streams while on the go. User-friendly interface that will provide fast, streamlined delivery of content in an easy-to-access format. Stream live TV shows in your television via Google Chromecast. Enjoy binge-watching your favorite live TV shows because of its low data consumption. And it's totally free. No logins and subscriptions needed. There are 3 easy steps on how to download the app. Search Live TV God's Channel of Blessings in Google Play. Visit bit.ly/livetv app on your mobile device. Or scan the QR code using a QR scanner from your phone. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now and continue to be the light in this world. Live TV God's Channel of Blessings is available on Google Play Store. Download now. God's Channel of Blessings. Come to the light. God's Channel.
Facing a roadblock on how to move forward in your business, marketing, or research? We can help. Synergy Market Research and Strategic Consultancy. We provide evidence-based strategies from deep consumer insighting to enable your company to have a better understanding of your customers, solve real-world potentially complex problems and customer pain points. For over 20 years, we have been helping companies across vast industries address their challenges and bring their companies to new heights. Our extensive client-side experience, business and technical expertise power up our business immersion processes to enable us to have an in-depth understanding of customer needs and potential opportunities. We offer digital market research and consulting services, digital transformation services, marketing and consumer inciting through thought leadership events and training. Synergy's exclusive partnership with YouGov in the Philippines boosts our inciting capabilities to provide strategic inputs better and faster. Email us today at info@synergy.ph to see how we can help your company. Synergy Market Research and Strategic Consultancy, building stronger, more meaningful brands.
and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Whoa! Merry Christmas to everyone. Are you already feeling it? Is it getting chilly already wherever you are, or is it just me who's feeling it right now because it's air conditioned inside my room? I really actually feel it already a while back. I thought that I was gonna be late because of the bad traffic. I don't know, probably a lot of you guys are sending over some stuff to loved ones and friends already. But nevertheless, here I am and here we are, and I'd like to give you a good afternoon, and I'd like to welcome everybody to Synergy's ePanel webinar series. My name is Jazper Tiongson, and I'll be your host for this day. Now, before we start the program, I'd like to mention that we are also live on Facebook. So hello to all our viewers on Facebook. I think we have 5,000 viewers right now. All right, feel free to chat with us either here in Zoom or on Facebook, all right? We would like to know where each one is coming from today, all right? So we'd like to find out right now. I want you to use the chat box already and tell us if it's already your second, your sixth, or probably it's your first time joining us in our ePanel webinar series. Is there anybody coming from abroad, probably from Singapore or wherever else in the world? Could you kindly chat us right here? Ayan, where are you from? Where are you watching this? First timer, we have Fernando. Hello, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for joining us. From Taguig, we have Eugene. How about from Facebook? Make yourselves felt as well and comment also where you're viewing this very special episode. Very special because everyone, of course, is already enjoying the Christmas vibe. I know you're enjoying it. Ayan. And at the same time, we're going to be learning a little something. It's our gift to you guys because we know that we're going to be learning a lot in this session about cryptocurrency, as you can see on my screen. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And of course, this once again is Synergy's ePanel webinar. This is the last episode for this year's webinar series featuring topics that I believe will be valid during these times when companies are developing their business and marketing programs for this and of course the coming year, or recalibrating their plans and programs during the quarantine period. It is an interactive series to dissect issues, engage consumer insights, and initiate thought starters on timely topics, especially during this pandemic, which has been touted as the Great Reset. This has been put together by Synergy Market Research and Strategic Consultancy, a management consulting company providing evidence-based strategies to clients based on research and data analytics. Synergy is the exclusive Philippines partner of YouGov, an international research and data analytics company with head office in the UK. So far, Synergy has launched very interesting and relevant topics this year that touch on the financial mindset, reset of consumers, sustainability and consumer experience, and why it should be a marketing imperative, mental health of the Gen Zs, and why this should matter to brands, the consumer now and beyond, what brands need to know, and reaching the new customer, insights from Synergy YouGov Studies 2021. All these are conceptualized by Synergy in order to help brands remain meaningful, especially in this pandemic, through provision of relevant consumer insighting. Today, we're going to be tackling about a highly interesting topic, another one that has hoped to provide inputs for us marketers and of course those in business or even us regular consumers, individual consumers, right? You're tuned into this webinar entitled Cryptocurrency and NFTs Insights, Brand Relevance and Opportunities. Here to formally open our program context, or of course explain to us that, please welcome the President and CEO of Synergy Market Research and Strategic Consultancy, Ms. Germaine Reyes. Ms. G, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Jasper. Thank you so much for opening our webinar. Yes, welcome to everyone to the last episode of our ePanel series. It is such a pleasure to virtually see all of you today, not just here in Zoom, but also in Facebook Live, so we can collectively learn about this topic that we have prepared for today. In our web conference last October, for those of you who were able to attend, we've heard from a financial sector expert that the sector indeed is experiencing great changes, disrupting the business models that we know from before. Gone are the days when we talk about financial sector only through the traditional banking sense. But there are so many segments that are fragmenting this sector, not just here in the Philippines, but globally as well. So we thought of providing a focus on one of the segments in this webinar edition today. We also looked into this topic as we've discovered in some surveys that we've conducted starting last year that consumers are planning to invest in various financial products. And I think you will agree that this was triggered by the financial shock that was brought about by the pandemic. Now, we've also been seeing in our surveys that there is a growing number of those who are planning to invest in cryptocurrency, in bitcoins and whatnot, no? Maraming klase. And a quick look on the statistics publicly available, it shows that the value of cryptocurrencies sharply rose in 2020 to 2021, and that there are more or new cryptocurrencies, both brands or types, we will learn those today, being introduced in the market. 2021 also saw the increased adoption of NFTs or non-fungible tokens. We've seen this being used in the recent Miss Universe edition. Please research on that. No? There's increased blockchain-based games such as Axie Infinity, and we will learn that also today. Please stay tuned, which are also paid for using crypto wallets. However, there are risk factors and skepticism to these technologies as cryptocurrency value tend to be volatile, like how the breakup tweet of Elon Musk caused Bitcoin to, I don't know, to plummet ba? To be in the red for a period of time. So we would like to explore this topic with our esteemed speakers who we invited today, our panelists who will also serve as panelists for today. We won't delve too much on the finance side. Please take note because I'm not a finance person. Rather, let's explore this topic together as consumers. We've suffered enough from this pandemic. Is this the panacea for us as ordinary consumers? And then from a brand and or marketing standpoint, are there roles and or opportunities that we may glean from the talks and discussions today? Yan. So those are the lenses that we encourage you to use when we listen to the talks of our experts today. So let's find out. And by all means, please actively join the conversation today. And before we start, I'd like to thank our partner, YouGov, for the surveys that we're able to regularly conduct in order to understand which is their mission and what the world thinks, because we're able to translate that here in the Philippines in terms of what the Filipinos think. Thank you too to our partners for this event, without whom we wouldn't be able to embark on this journey. Thank you to our co-presenter, Makarius Digital. Thank you so much for staging this and our web conference and our other ePanel webinars. Our event partners who have been with us since the start of our ePanel webinars, PANA, the Philippine Marketing Association, IMAP, 360 Next Creatives, our media partners, the Philippine Star, Business World, Light TV, and Marketing in Asia. This webinar is in support of Hope for the Nation's Philippines. So on with the program. Thank you and welcome once again to this ePanel webinar, our last for the year. Thank you, Jazper.
Thank you, Ms. G. Before I let you go, all right, in this moment, Ms. G has a very, very beautiful voice. It's already Christmas, Ms. G. Could you be generous to give us a little song, probably like a line of your favorite Christmas song, and just to spread the Christmas cheer to everyone?
And have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Woo! Thank you so much, Miss G. All right, everyone, let's continue on with our program. And as Miss G mentioned, it's going to be a very, very interesting session that we're going to be having this afternoon, especially that it's multifaceted. We're going to be looking at it at different lenses. And as Miss G also mentioned, part of Synergy's advocacy is to help create awareness for this special organization, which is Hope for the Nations Philippines Foundation, a Christian non-governmental organization working towards holistically transforming marginalized rural poor communities in Mindanao through values formation, community development initiatives, and collaborative partnerships. This is headed by Mr. Tancho Baez, President of HFTNP. Supporting Hope for the Nations Philippines means supporting the many underprivileged members in our country by helping them become productive contributors to society. You may check their websites at www.hopeforthenationsphilippines.com or www.hectaresofhope.com. And my request to everyone, as we move further into the program for a better viewing experience, please click the view button and choose the full screen option for those who are in Zoom right now. And for your questions to our panel members later, please place your questions in the Q&A button so our speakers can address your questions very well. And please just feel free to chat with us at the chat box here in Zoom anytime during the entire program. And for those watching us on Facebook, you also comment right here at the comment section. Good afternoon to all those who are watching right now. CJ, Erica, Abigail, Tessa on Facebook. So please also share this live event to many other friends because we know that they're going to be helped by this particular episode. So spread the good vibes, share the love with this episode and the information we're going to be getting out of it. For those who have registered in our Zoom event and for those on Facebook who will provide their email addresses, we will be randomly selecting 5 participants and Christmas feels talaga who will each receive surprise gift packs. The winners will be announced later today, so please keep on submitting your email addresses. Now, guys, I'm sure you're all excited to hear from our speaker and panelists, so let's get started already. Our esteemed speaker panel members today are the digital, cryptocurrency, and Axie NFT experts themselves. We are so excited, so privileged as well to have them with us today, so please help me in welcoming our speaker panelists for today. First in our list is our cryptocurrency expert, being the cryptocurrency manager from Coins.ph, where he develops end-to-end marketing strategies to grow trading volumes and drive MAUs. He's also currently the partnerships manager of Educacion.ph. He was also a community development officer for SCI Ventures Incorporated, where he coordinates events and increases awareness and understanding of blockchain among Filipinos. Uy, ang galing. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Mr. Francisco Raul Araneta. Hi, sir. Magandang hapon. Good afternoon, Sir Francisco. Merry Christmas.
Hello, Merry Christmas. Thank you, Jazper.
Awesome. We're excited to hear from you. But then let me introduce our next panelist. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is no newbie in the digital industry or field. He is the Chief Operating Officer of Dito CME and the Chief Innovation Officer of the Udenna Corporation. Prior to his current role, he has served in various leadership capacities in the media, advertising, and digital spaces, having been the country CEO of Dentsu AG's Philippines, Chief Digital Officer of ABS-CBN Corporation, Managing Director of MRM Manila, and CEO of Yehe Corporation and Media Contacts Manila. He is one of the only 24 certified professional marketers in the country and one of the first in the Philippines to be awarded the Certified Entrepreneur title by the Canadian Institute of Entrepreneurship. Considered one of the founding fathers of digital marketing in the Philippines, he is a multi-awarded personality from various institutions and organizations. Let me just provide a sample, as these were numerous and highly distinctive. He was awarded with the Outstanding Young Man or 10 Outstanding Young Men for community building in digital media. He's also the first awardee of the Agoda Award for Marketing Communications by the Philippine Marketing Association. He's a 2015 Young Global Leader conferred by the World Economic Forum and the only Filipino to receive the DMN 40 Under 40 awarded in New York. On top of these, he was conferred with the Digital Marketer of the Year distinction by the Asian Leadership Awards in Dubai, UAE, by the Asian Confederation of Business, and is the first recipient of the Digital Leader of the Future Award conferred at the World Brand Congress in Mumbai, India. He is the youngest to serve as president of the Philippine Marketing Association, the biggest gathering of marketing professionals in the Philippines. Also, the founding president of the Internet and Mobile Marketing Association of the Philippines, and sat as a board of governors and vice president of the Management Association of the Philippines. Here to provide background on the bridge between cryptocurrency, gaming and NFTs, Axie, and marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome my idol, Dr. Donald Patrick Lim.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jasper. Good to see you again after a year. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not the least is one of the most recognizable voices of the Filipino Dota 2 community, also known as Kuya Nick. He founded Lupon WXC in 2015 because of his mission to inspire the local community. By amplifying the values of what a gaming company should be, Lupon's mission is to be authentic and true to the scene and help engage brands with the online gaming market. He served as a marketing consultant at Hype TV, where he oversees all partnership activities of the studio and managed partnership campaign with different brands. Also, he was an esports manager at Azubu, where he served as a direct contact for streamers in Southeast Asia. Here to help us understand the world of gaming and NFTs, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Mr. Nico Kenji Nazario. Hi, Nico.
Hi, good afternoon, Jasper. Gandang hapon.
Awesome.
Glad to be here.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. I'm so excited for this session. I know I'll be learning a lot. All right. Now, let me introduce you. Our moderator for this afternoon is none other than the president and CEO of Synergy Market Research herself, Ms. Germaine Reyes. She has held various directorship and managerial positions in the Coca-Cola Company's Philippine division, AC Nielsen, advertising companies such as PAC BBDO, the subsidiary of then BBDO New York, and Avellana and Associates, prior to setting up Synergy back in 1999. In 2016, given her newfound passion for content curation, for thought leadership and provocation, she pioneered Synergy's flagship event called Consumer Insighting and Storytelling Conference, an event that focuses on consumer insighting and brand data and storytelling for strategic marketing and business growth. This has received recognition from the Insights Association of the USA, being one of the finalists, the only Filipino for that matter, among many global entries for the Market Research and Innovation Awards of the Next Generation Market Research in 2019. So guys, without further ado, let's kick off this session with the video presentation from Synergy UGov by Ms. Germaine Reyes, after which will be the talk of Mr. Franco Araneta, Dr. Donald Lim, and by Kuya Nick. We'll then have the panel discussion after these presentations. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here's Ms. Germaine Reyes to provide insights called from UGov profiles and surveys done by Synergy UGov, which serve as the inspiration for the topic of this ePanel webinar. So without further ado, let's roll the initial video for this webinar.
Okay, I will share my screen to show the video for a while. Good afternoon. At the start of the year, we have shared insights through our ePanel webinar on the financial mindset reset that happened due to the financial shock that was affected by the pandemic. And we saw this not just happening in the Philippines, but also in other Asia-Pacific countries, and most probably the world. Our surveys showed that because of this financial shock, people are now into an investing mindset. And there's growing interest, not just on investing in stock market, but also on Bitcoin investments. Last year to early this year, almost 1 in 5 are now planning to buy Bitcoins. And there's reason to believe that this may have continued to grow as consumers are looking for ways to invest their money and on fintech products at that. Now, we've also noted that millennials have more financial activities and investments planned at the start of the year, as they have varying financial goals this year, from paying off debts to getting insured to investing more to planning for their retirement. Can you imagine that? So as early as now, they're on the lookout for ways to increase their budget. The pandemic potentially amplified this need and mindset. And thus, we wanted to explore this further by checking the recent temperature of the consumers, especially since this is our last webinar for the year. Now, before I begin, I'd like to share with you the data sources for the results that I will be sharing with you today. And this is due to our collaboration with YouGov. YouGov is an international research data analytics company offering digital research solutions such as brand index profiles and omnibus. And Synergy is the exclusive partner of YouGov here in the Philippines. Now, the results came from YouGov Profiles, which is an audience segmentation platform with thousands of variables available to describe certain target segments. YouGov continuously collects information from the panel of respondents representing the online population here in the Philippines from 18-year-old and above from all of the regions here in the Philippines. And with so many variables that are available, covering demographics, lifestyle, media habits, attitudes, other behaviors, and what their propensity are to buy in the next few months or within the next year, one can create a customized portrait of target consumers with unparalleled granularity because of the thousands of variables that's available. With our partnership with YouGov, we're able to conduct surveys and do consumer insighting on a regular basis. With this, we explore current affairs and timely topics, like when we did the research on vaccination willingness, and now on cryptocurrency and other topics, from social to something that's of interest for certain brands or companies. You will see some of these results in our Facebook page or YouTube account. You will see the various webinars that we have conducted in our YouTube account, plus also our LinkedIn page for Synergy. These surveys that we conduct enable us to connect the metrics with what's available or collected in YouGov profiles, making the surveys and analysis richer for these purposes. Some results here are also coming from our recent study, which was conducted in December 3 to 8, so hot off the press, with a total sample size of 3,538. Now, across all of these data sources, the analysis from patients shared with you today have been developed by Synergy. Now, without further ado, what we are finding out is that based on YouGov profiles, results show that there's already evident interest and positive outlook about cryptocurrency among Filipinos. So with 47% agreeing that cryptocurrencies are the future of online financial transactions, this is not just an emerging, but an evident already towards cryptocurrency. Now let's look at the profile of those who agree versus those who tended to disagree regarding this particular statement that cryptocurrencies are the future of online financial transactions. We could see that there are more males who tend to have specific opinions about whether crypto is the future online financial product. This is a 5-point scale, but taking into consideration those who agree and those who disagree, males tended to have a pronounced ideas about cryptocurrency, and we could see that it can be polarized at this point in time. So we suggest that this be further explored in a study to understand this dynamic further. But with this positive disposition, this tended to also be pronounced amongst the younger generation. So the Gen Zs, the 18 to 24-year-old, and the more skewed and are more skewed towards the married. Okay, earlier, as mentioned, we found that those who own cryptocurrencies or Bitcoins are coming from the millennials, and now we see that the openness amongst the Gen Zs. It appears that those who are those who agree with this particular statement that cryptocurrency is the future, they tend to be gearing up for life-changing events in the next months. You would see the up arrow there, which is a higher incidence compared to total Philippines. Because it seems that they believe that this may generate for them passive or aggressive income. So what are the various activities or life-changing activities that they are planning or gearing up for? This could be starting their own business, buying certain high-ticket items such as a new car or a home, or to finish their education, or even start a new life. Now, as presented in our webinar early this year, okay, you would see that we have encircled here that the millennials are the ones who are owners already of cryptocurrency, and we are seeing that the next generation that have this potential adoption process of owning cryptocurrencies would be the Gen Zs. Based also on our early study early this December, reasons for joining appears to be that acquiring cryptocurrency seems to be in an experimental stage. They want to know more about cryptocurrency. So that's why this is the nature for their getting into this, okay? So that they can learn more about it as they get into it. But also a significant number want to earn quickly, while there are those who plan to use this for retirement purposes. Also, a third, we found also a third of them using this as a payment method. So there are many reasons still being provided as adoption is still growing and maturing as we are studying this. Now, millennials are the ones who are acquiring as a long-term investment. You would see the differences in reasons across the age or the cohort, no? So millennials are the ones who are acquiring as a long-term investment for, while the Gen Zs, there are already those attuned with converting their in-game items into NFTs. And we will be talking about that with our esteemed and experts who will be providing their talks along these lines. At the end of these all, there are those willing to give up their bank account and use cryptocurrency instead, which is evident amongst males, and they tend to be the Gen Zs or those who are still single. So this is an evident attitude already that we are seeing. They will bypass the bank system. Now, therefore, just to end with some provocations, okay, will the increasing interest in cryptocurrency investment, are there branding or marketing opportunities? Will this be the future or just a fad? The relatively younger generation seems to be more active in crypto investing. In other countries with an aging population, we're finding out that the older generation is investing already in crypto as part of their retirement plans. How much sooner or later will this be adopted in the Philippines? What is the future for NFTs? Is this just for the younger ones? Riding on this wave, what innovative ideas can be generated to fit the mainstream market? And given the above, will brands be an enabler in all of these? What should be the role that brands need to take? So these are some of the provocations. Please feel free to contact us for a fuller version of this presentation. Just email us at seminars@synergy.ph. Thank you so much and have a great afternoon. We have a whole lineup of speakers today who will be sharing with us and shedding light on this phenomena, if you can call it that, that's happening in our market today. Thank you so much. This is Germaine Reyes, CEO of Synergy Market Research.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Franco. I'm from Coins.ph. So yeah, today I'll just be taking you through something called what I like to call Crypto 101. So this is going to be your short crash course into the world of crypto. So first, I'll be delving into and defining what exactly cryptocurrency is. Then we'll talk about the technology behind cryptocurrency, which of course is blockchain. And then we'll look into some of the top cryptocurrency, one of the top cryptocurrencies out today, which is Ethereum, and how Ethereum is serving as a platform for something called NFTs, which I'm sure you may have heard about. So yeah, without further ado, I will go ahead and jump in. So what exactly is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is actually a combination of two different words. The first word is cryptography. The first word is cryptography. And this is basically the practice of sending secret messages or data between two or more parties. So for cryptocurrency, cryptography is used so that transactions can be sent securely through the network. Sorry, can you, is everything okay with my screen? 1 second. Oops.
Yes, it's okay.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, just double checking something. Oops. Sorry, 1 second. Just fixing. Okay. So cryptocurrency, as I mentioned, it's a combination of two different words. So the first word is cryptography, and this is the practice of sending secret messages or data between two or more parties. And for cryptocurrency, cryptography is basically used so that transactions can be sent through, securely through a network. So the second word of this is, of course, currency. And this is a system of money that can be used as a medium of exchange for goods and services. So with those two words in mind, cryptocurrency can basically be defined as a new form of digital currency that uses cryptography to secure transactions using blockchain technology. So there's actually more than 12,000 cryptocurrencies. The ones you see on this slide here are just the ones we currently feature on coins.ph to buy, sell, and store. So basically, our company allows you to trade crypto just like any other asset, such as traditional stocks or bonds. So on the right, you'll see basically our wallet and our cryptocurrency exchange, which is currently on beta called CoinsPro. So to put it simply, while all cryptocurrencies have their own use cases, the one common theme between all of them is that they use some form of blockchain technology. So really the key to understanding what a cryptocurrency is in understanding what the blockchain is. So with that said, what is the blockchain? I'm gonna go ahead and play a short video. It's a short 2-minute video. Let me know if the audio is okay.
It's not okay.
Oh, no audio.
Let's try it once again. Francisco, it seems like we can't hear it. You
Okay,
have to
sorry.
share your screen and allow audio.
Allow audio. Okay, reshare screen. There you go. Okay. Let me replay that. I think it should work now. Just let me know.
When you want to buy something normally,
thank you,
using your normal bank card, this is what happens. I give my card details to the shop. The shop asks the bank if I'm good for the money. The bank checks its records to see if I've got enough in my account. If I do, it lets the shop know. It updates its records to show the movement of money from my account to the shop's. Oh, and it takes a little cut for its trouble. Now, if you wanted to remove the bank from that system, who else would you trust to keep those records and not alter them or cheat in any way? Well, I wouldn't trust you. I wouldn't trust you. In fact, I wouldn't trust any single person, but I might trust everyone. The idea is you don't have a central record of transactions. Instead, you distribute many, many copies of this ledger around the world. Each owner of each copy records every transaction. So, to buy something using cryptocurrency, I give the shop my details. The shop asks all the bookkeepers if I'm good for the money. The bookkeepers all check their records to see if I have enough. If I do, they tell the shop, and then all update their records to show the movement of money. So there's no way that a forged transaction can make it in. If I try to alter a ledger, it won't match all of the other copies, and it gets rejected. Oh, and one of them, at random, will be given a reward of some newly created cryptocurrency. This is how cryptocurrencies work. And remember, all of these bookkeepers, all of these ledgers, they're not actually people, they're computers. Lots of computers.
All right. So yeah, that was a quick summary of what blockchain technology is. But just to reiterate, a blockchain is basically a network of computers that reach agreement over a shared ledger. And as I mentioned, this is the technology that powers all cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. So in this case, a ledger is a record that tracks the movement of money. So if you're familiar with accounting, you should be familiar with what a ledger is as well. So in this way, blockchain is basically just a new decentralized form of this ledger that's now shared in a peer-to-peer network rather than from a centralized ledger like that you might like what you might find in a bank. So yeah, let's delve into the difference between centralized versus decentralized ledgers. So banks in particular, as I mentioned, they use a centralized ledger to keep track of transactions coming in and out of their system. In other words, every time money is deposited, withdrawn, or transferred between branches, a bank's going to record each of those transactions in their own ledger. And when I say that this ledger is centralized, I'm basically saying that the bank has the master copy, the one source of all transactions that have taken place within the bank's network. So the bank can basically dictate how this ledger operates. It can choose what transactions it will allow or not allow. And in this way, the bank kind of acts as a custodian for your money. And they're the trusted third party you rely on to not only hold your money, but send your money for you as well. So in this scenario, you trust a single entity to keep the record of your transactions safe. Now, in contrast to that, blockchains use something called a decentralized ledger. And this completely negates the need for a trusted third party. And instead, we rely on a global network of ledgers, all working together to secure the network and the transactions within them. This basically means for the first time in human history, we have a payment system native to the internet. We no longer need to rely on banks to do it for us. And in a blockchain, there isn't a single copy of the ledger, but thousands of copies throughout all over the world, as the video showed us earlier. And the reason why there's so many is basically anyone with access to a computer and an internet connection can run their own ledger in a peer-to-peer network. And transactions aren't recorded by one centralized authority like a bank, but instead these are recorded by thousands of computers all in the network. So in this particular scenario, you're relying on a network of trust with multiple entities to keep your transaction records safe. Now, one of the best use cases, and the first use case, in fact, for blockchain is something called Bitcoin, which you may have heard of. And the reason why blockchain is so important is because blockchain technology basically enables you to have a currency native to the internet that's not issued through a central bank, but by a computer network instead. Blockchain also creates something called digital scarcity. And this means we can ensure cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin cannot be duplicated. Because we are able to, once you're able to duplicate a cryptocurrency, it will become valueless. So blockchain allows you to ensure that there is scarcity. So yeah, blockchain solved this problem, created digital scarcity for the first time in history. And because of this, we can be sure that Bitcoin has a supply cap of 21 million. So the cool thing about Bitcoin is that there is a supply cap of 21 million. There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins. And this is why Bitcoin is often touted as digital gold, because like gold, it's a scarce asset with limited supply. And scarcity is really a crucial trait for any form of money or any form of asset. And that's why, as of today, Bitcoin has grown to be the largest and oldest cryptocurrency. It's the largest by market cap, at near around $1 trillion. So it's become a significant asset in the market. So now that you know about blockchains, let's delve into this other cryptocurrency called Ethereum. And Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap after Bitcoin. And you can think of Ethereum as the next level, the next iteration of blockchain technology that enables smart contracts. You can also think of it as a form of programmable money. So this Ethereum basically allows developers to build applications on top of it using smart contracts. So what are the things that you can build on it? There's many things you can build. You can build applications, you can build financial services, but we'll focus on two for today. The first is something called ERC20 tokens. And basically ERC20 is a smart contract standard for building fungible tokens in Ethereum. And these tokens are identical tokens that can be exchanged with one another. So when I mean fungible, that means you can easily change it with one another. So for example, you can easily change 1 peso for 1 peso or $1 for $1. They're the same, and same with these fungible tokens. There are thousands of different cryptocurrencies, as I mentioned, in the market right now, and a large majority of them are built using the Ethereum network. So that's where Ethereum can be used. Another way Ethereum can be used is to build something called ERC721 tokens. And this ERC721 is basically a smart contract standard for building something called non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. So these NFTs, these are unique tokens that can't be exchanged with one another. As you can see here in the example below, you can't exchange one art for another piece of art or one axie for another axie. These are completely unique one-of-one tokens. So let's delve into what exactly NFT is. What's the definition of an NFT? And basically, an NFT is a unique digital asset whose public proof of ownership is tracked using a blockchain. So once again, blockchain technology comes into play. And that's really the common theme behind all of these new technologies, is really blockchain. So some quick facts: NFT sales actually surged to 10.7 billion in Q3 of this year. But overall, the space is actually less than 10 years old. So if you think crypto is new, NFT is even newer. And we are super, super early when it comes to this space. We haven't even really scratched the surface of what's possible. So just so you have a better understanding of what an NFT might look like, let's delve into what a sample marketplace is. So this is an example marketplace that I pulled. It's from a website called OpenSea, one of the top NFT marketplaces today. And on the left, you can see the name of an NFT collection, who created the NFT, how many items there are for this particular NFT collection, the owners, the floor price, and the volume traded. And the NFT collection we're talking about is something called the Bored Ape Yacht Club. These are basically NFTs that are collectibles. There are 10,000 apes in existence, and I'll give more details on this collection later. But yeah, on the right of the listing, you can see a particular Bored Ape. As you can see, you can buy or place bids in an NFT like an auction. And because it's on the blockchain, you can see the full transaction history of the NFT as well. And as you can see from the price, this NFT is 45 ETH. It's a very sought after NFT. That's around 10 million pesos as of now. So there's a lot of hype, specifically with this Bored Ape and the Bored Ape Yacht Club collection in general. So really quickly, what are like the main use cases for NFTs? The first use case is something called NFT art. And these are basically NFTs created by artists who want to put their art on the blockchain. And the cool thing about NFT art is that artists can also receive revenue from secondary sales. So even if they sell a piece of art once, every succeeding sale after that, they can program it to have maybe 5 or 10% revenue. So with every succeeding sale, the artist gets a chunk of the commissions. Another application for NFT technology is, as I mentioned a while ago, NFT collectibles. And these are digital assets whose value is dependent on their scarcity and rarity. They're usually generated by an Ethereum smart contract. And the ones here on your right are the Bored Apes, as I mentioned. And each of these 10,000 apes have unique traits, and they're all completely unique from one another. The last application, use case for NFT technology is something called NFT gaming. And the example you see there on the left is, of course, Axie Infinity. And the whole idea behind NFT gaming is, what if you could use your character, your items, your skin outside of the original game? What if you can level up your character, dress them up with skins, earn items, and now instead of having that kept in the game itself, you can own the video game asset and you can use it on other platforms, and more importantly, you can sell it on NFT marketplaces. So one of the most popular NFT games today is called Axie Infinity. And for example, you can actually breed Axies with one another to create the best Axie for playing the game. And you can even sell it for crypto on a marketplace. And then lastly, what exactly gives NFTs its value? So I think there are many reasons you can give, but there are 4 main things. The first is scarcity. Because they're in the blockchain, you can program scarcity and rarity into NFTs. So of course, the Bored Apes that I mentioned earlier, there are only 10,000 Bored Apes, and you can program them to have specific traits so that some are rarer than others, as you can see here with this rainbow ape on the upper left. Another reason why it has value is something called interoperability. And basically, because NFTs are programmable, they can be used outside of their original environment. So when a developer creates an NFT project, it can not only be in the marketplace, you can put it in different wallets, and you can even have it displayed in different video games. So you can see here this 2D ape, you can transfer it to like a virtual video game and it can become like a 3D asset. So there are many different ways you can use NFTs. The next thing is community. Owning an NFT at the end of the day is really about the community. So owning a Bored Ape, for example, gives you access to exclusive perks, clubs, and it's become sort of a status symbol in the digital world. So right now, celebrities like Jimmy Fallon, rappers like Post Malone, and brands like even Adidas have purchased a Bored Ape for themselves. And yeah, basically, that's the signal they're entry into the NFT world. And then basically the last reason why an NFT has value is due to a concept called provenance. And this is basically a record of ownership of a digital asset that is used as a guide to authenticity. So for example, when you have an ape that is owned by someone like Jimmy Fallon or owned by someone like Adidas, the ownership history of that ape is forever changed. It's not going to have the same value as it once did before, because an ape owned by some average Joe isn't going to have the same value as an ape owned by Elon Musk, for example. So the concept of provenance really encapsulates like the story behind NFTs, who bought it, who created it. And when it comes to NFTs, story can be a driver and catalyst for a particular NFT or a set of collectibles. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up for my Crypto 101 today. Thank you so much. And hopefully I can answer more questions later on in the panel discussion today. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So again, thank you, Germaine, for having me. It's a bit historic for me because I remember 15 years ago, it's my very first presentation on digital, and now I'm attempting to do one of my very first presentation regarding the metaverse. We saw how digital has in marketing, digital is just a platform. I remember in 2005, we were saying that there are 2 million internet users. And right now, we've seen almost everyone, 75%, 80% of the Filipino population are already very much well-versed in the digital space, are on Facebook, they're searching on YouTube and Google, no, on Instagram, and many other platforms. And however, on the other side, we've seen also the rise of another platform, what we call metaverse, and this is actually creating a lot of storm, a lot of discussions on how this will affect marketing. You know? So again, I'm wearing a marketing hat, and I would like to just share with you, my experience in the metaverse and why I think as a marketing person, from all of us here who are here, should give importance to this new reality. Metaverse means comes from two words. No, meta meaning beyond, and then the verse here is universe. No, so it's beyond the universe, meaning beyond the physical plane. So when you talk about the metaverse, it just means it's in the beyond the universe. It's in a digital platform, and if you look at what are the core attributes of the metaverse, people are asking, is that Sims or is that Pokemon Go? No, so I'm also I still play Pokemon Go up to now. No, but that's not the metaverse. It's not. No, what are the core attributes of a metaverse? No, so number one is that it's persistent. It never pauses or ends, and it just continues indefinitely. It allows open participation, which means everyone can be part of it, and there's no gatekeeping, and anyone can go in and out. There is also a sense of value, what we call value economy. A sense of value or currency has to exist. Like in the physical space now, where we have literal financial money, right? In the metaverse, there's also a single currency that is being exchanged there. Fourth is that there's a sense of duality, which means that it spans both the digital and the physical world. As we all know, in the digital space, we need someone physical to operate. No, but of course, there are also someone inside. No, there are some digital assets inside that's operated by a computer. But in many cases, you've seen that there has to be a level of duality. You, for example, you will have a meta. No, some of you can have a meta or a digital transformation of yourself inside the metaverse. Fifth is interoperability, which allows transfer of assets across the worlds. So, for example, if you play Fortnite, you use a Fortnite gun in another game, right? So from one game to another, right? Or you create a car, right? And in Rocket League, and you to work in Roblox. So imagine all of these games. You create an asset, and it can be transferred from one game to the other. And finally, there has to be active contributions. So this allows this means that all creators, it allows ability for creators to build and expand the universe. So what does it mean is that all of you, when you're inside, you can actually create something inside, and you can build, like in the physical realm. You can also build a building, you can also build a house, and you can also create whatever you want to create inside. Right? So these are 6 key things, when you talk about the metaverse. It has to be persistent, it has to allow open participation, there's a value economy, duality, interoperability, and active contribution. Now, just very quickly, so we've seen also in the Philippines now how Axis have taken off. I think we've reached more than 1 million users already, or players of Axie Infinity, like Franco said. In fact, thank you, Franco, for really educating us again on what's happening in the blockchain, the crypto world. I mean, for a digital immigrant like some of us, like most of us here, this new phenomenon has to be learned. And we have to keep on trying to understand it more and more. As we so we would understand also what are the possibilities. That we can utilize. No, Axis, I've also because of its popularity, I've also experimented in looking. Actually, we have a scholar. I tried playing it. No, it's actually it's very crude. It's not your usual game, but again, you earn what is called SLP. No, and that SLP can be smooth love potion. I think that's SLP can be exchanged for cash. No, so you mine and you can actually exchange it for cash. Though for those who do not know what Axie is, I'll just play a quick video so you get to appreciate it. No, so you can see it moving also. No, and how it's done.
Axie Infinity is a digital pet community where players can sell their in-game characters for real money using the Ethereum blockchain. Players can breed their Axies to discover exciting new combinations. Axies start off as eggs and require love and attention from their owners to grow up. Take care of your Axies and earn experience points by completing daily activities. Use experience points to level up your Axies and unlock new abilities which can be used in battle. You can even trade your Axies for cryptocurrency on our marketplace. Find out more on axieinfinity.com. Available now.
So if you look at Axie, why is it different? Why is Pokemon not part? Parang Pokemon lang siya, di ba? So but in reality, if it's a Pokemon, if you have a Pikachu in your Pokemon Go, it's the same Pikachu across all. In Axies, that's what Franco was saying. No, each of the Axies that has been created is unique. It's not tradable, and it's if you own that Axie, it's so unique that it is yours, and you're buying that. Some Axies are worth 100,000, give or take, right? And only why is it that expensive? Because that particular Axie is literally yours, and there's no other Axie like it, right? So again, and that's what we're saying, you know, that in this digital space, it has gone, you can create an entirely new world of your own. The same way, like if you have a pet, like all Shih Tzus look the same, but that Shih Tzu that you have is literally yours. It has a life, it has a name, it knows you, right? It's unique to you, and that is also the same principle. And that is different from like a Pokemon Go, where all Pikachus look the same. No? So again, that's the gaming part of me that you know, I hope that explains, you know, the difference between both. You know? And later on, we've seen, as I embarked on this presentation, I tried to research, and apparently the NFT community, if you look at the NFT community, has actually moved over to the brands. A lot of the brands are already trying to take advantage of doing and what we call NFT marketing. No, so Z Racing, Z Racing is a platform. No, in the UK, the horse racing is very popular there. No, and actually Stella Artois, which is a beer brand, went in and sponsored and it even created a horse out of it. So this is an example. I won't finish the video, but just to give you a feel, in the Zen Racing, they have a lot of horse races. So what you can do is actually, you can, here naman, diba, kung nagtataya tayo ng kabayo, diba, you don't own a horse if you want to bet on a horse. So you can just go and just bet on a horse and that's it. Here in the metaverse, in this NFT space, you can actually breed your own horse and create a horse, and that horse is something you can use to race also. Okay, so I'll just go through this quickly, this video, for you to get a feel of the horse racing, and how you can breed your own horses.
This is the future of horse racing. You're looking at Zed Run, a new crypto horse racing game where you can own, breed, and race digital NFT horses for real money. Proven horses sell for the price of a luxury car, and a good stable can generate thousands of dollars a week in profits. You can't do anything like this with your NBA Top Shots. But don't be fooled into thinking Zed Run is an easy way to make a quick buck. The game is an incredibly complex metaverse ecosystem. First, you have to get a horse. If you're lucky, you can get one of the original 38,000 Genesis horses that are being minted and released in small drops. If not, you have to buy a bred horse on on the secondary market. When choosing a horse, there are 4 different bloodlines to consider: Uterine, Finney, Zabo, and Nakamoto, each with increasing cost, scarcity, and genetic purity, i.e. speed.
Then there's the horse genotype, or Z number, which indicates how far away each horse is from its ancestor. A lower Z number means
Okay, so I won't finish it, but you look at 4 different kinds of horses, you can breed them, and you can create your own horse after. And then after that, you actually pay a little something, and you can enter it into a race, and you can win a lot of cryptocurrency thereafter, right? And of course, you can buy a horse. So it's an entire new world out there. Now, what happens there is that, okay, so you have a digital platform. People are betting on horse racing, and now what's happening is that Stella Artois is now putting their brands into this metaverse. So I won't finish this video, but for you to have a feel of how the digital head, or the NFT head of Stella Artois is advocating.
Joining me now is Lindsay McInerney, who's AB InBev's global head of tech and innovation.
So much for having me. Great to be here. Stella Artois in the real world is a sponsor of premium sport, and Zedrun is the premium sport platform in the metaverse right now. So it felt like a really natural fit for us.
Okay, and so describe to us how the Stella NFT racehorses will work.
Yeah, we're auctioning off 50 bundles over the next 5 days. The first auction went live this morning at 2 p.m. British Summer Time.
Wow.
The packages or bundles are made up of 3 components. One, a limited edition Stella Artois Ort skin, which is like a jacket or a jersey for the horse, would be a good way to think about it. The other is a limited edition Stella Artois inspired art piece. And the third is a Genesis race horse from the Zedrun platform.
Okay, and so we're taking a look at the life of Artois in the metaverse here, and some of what you've just broken down there as well. The auctions thus far, I mean, how much are they going for right now?
I hadn't had a look at I'm looking at the time here. They've been live for 1 hour and 20 minutes, just went live this morning. I don't have an update on the prices for you. I think the other exciting part of this partnership is the launch of the 3D space that we've done with Zedrun, where we are allowing users, we're launching a brand new racetrack on the Zedrun platform, allowing users to race in the Life Artois for the first time, fully immersing themselves in that experience with our brands.
Wow. And will the bred horses, we see the
So nakita natin what we're seeing, they have their own racetrack. They also have horses in the metaverse, which has their branding in it, right? And also they're auctioning the horse, by the way. So it's not like it's a branded, it's the horse are just racing on its own and you're betting. You can actually own one of these Stella Artois horses. It's up for auction, and you can be one of the owners of the 50 horses that it's out there. So this has blown up actually in the UK. So they're auctioning the NFT race horses, 50 rare, like what Franco was saying earlier, yung games, beyond Axis. So Philippines Axis pa lang tayo, but in other parts of the world we've seen already how this has blown up. So they're using Ethereum blockchain. There will be unveiling also a first of its kind 3D racetrack where Zedrun players will come together. So now they have their own racetrack. Any players who have digital horses can also race there, and they would be able to provide tokens among others. In fact, later on, when it comes to branding, they will be able to provide also extra tokens or whatever, that when you go to a bar, you will be able to buy a Stella Artois for free or whatever. Okay, so again, that's in a nutshell. We've seen also a lot of brands, mostly premium brands, like if you can Google it, Louis Vuitton also has a game, and it's also an NFT where you can go in, you can play, you can gather tokens among many others. It's Louis the Game. You can check it out. It's on YouTube. You can also download this. This is by Louis Vuitton, and there are many different levels that you can move up from one step to the other, and you get to accomplish tasks. And in return, you get NFTs there. Lamborghini is known to also just 2 months ago 3 months ago. Last September, did their NFTs. So they have tokens about on the Lamborghini, yung digital. You can now own a Lamborghini digitally, right? And it's rare, and it's only you who will be able to own it, the digital Lamborghini. call the Elysium Bridge is a digital platform. So when you go in, that time, September 25, they actually what they call drop. So you can auction the digital Lamborghini. Okay. So instead of owning a real car, you're owning a Lamborghini that later on, it's very unique to you. It is yours and you can use it in the digital space thereafter. No. So again, it's very new, but you will be the first to own it. No. Now, for what use, we can see. Maybe I'm thinking later on you can have this very specific Lamborghini inside Roblox, right? Then you can use it and you can use it to drive around. No? Others would be like so again when I search online, no, Taco Bell also more consumer naman kasi you're thinking maybe it's more premium, no, but Taco Bell has its first NFT. They've sold it for $18,000, no, one of the NFTs, no, and I think they only launched like 20 or 30 of the Taco Bell NFT. Taco, literally, it's a digital taco, no. And then later on, we're also looking at and seeing that brands are also investing in the metaverse. Nike still hasn't shown any of the if they have any shoes that's going to be digitally created for specific persons, like for example, an NBA player, but they don't wear it. They might wear it in the digital space, right? But they've bought a studio which is an expert in creating NFTs, augmented reality, and blockchain. Right, so we're seeing, no, instead of most of these brands, instead of investing in agencies, creative studios, they're now investing in the NFT space. So actually, when you research, the more I research about it, the more I see a lot of brands coming in. My goal is to share with you, where the convergence, it's very early stages between the marketing and tech, what we call MarTech convergence, marketing and NFT. It might be a very strong platform in the next 3 years, 4 years, but it's too early to tell. So if Facebook was started, or maybe entered the Philippines 2007, 2008, it took Facebook around 5 years for it to reach around 25, 30 million users. So it might utilize that time, for people to get into it, and understand how to use it as an entertainment, information, and a marketing platform. Traction will be innate for digital natives. So we're seeing already that the younger audiences, I'm not talking young means 20, maybe younger, it's going to be very normal for them to live in this metaverse. So they will be the ones who would be the true customers with regard to the business side of it. There will be money that can be made there, creating a digital extension of your brand inside. Eyeballs are still far from traditional mass media eyeballs. So if you're a consumer brand, I think you still cannot compare it. So maybe in 5 years, I don't think it will still be like Facebook, YouTube, or even television, radio. It's still not going to be there. So it's still far. It's very early stages. So there's no FOMO, no fear of missing out. I don't think you should be afraid that, okay, I don't understand, I don't know what to do. But for me, as a marketing person, there's no excuse not to take the time to understand this more complex opportunity. So digital, if you find digital complex, this is actually very complex, and because you have to find a way, how to understand the blockchain perspective, what Franco has mentioned earlier. You have to understand certain blockchain and crypto principles, and now how it is applied to games, and later on how it is applied to marketing. So with that, I'll end my presentation here, and then maybe we'll open more questions in the open forum. Thank you for having me. Naka-mute ka, Nick.
Hi, Nico. I think you're muted.
Hello, am I heard na?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just having technical problems pag nag-share ako ng screen, nag-mute yung browser ko. So But yeah, I am Kuya Nick, and from Lupon WXC. We're a gaming company here in the country, and we'll be sharing with you yung grassroots na talaga na nangyayari on the local NFT for games specifically. Okay, so how can I share my screen without even muting myself? That's the question. I apologies for that. Share system audio.
Try mo ulit. Share screen ka na ulit. Oh, ano, nag-mute. Can you unmute him?
Oh. And then
Can you unmute him? He can't unmute though if ano eh.
I'll try to do it.
Who's the host?
Makarius, can you do something about it? All right. So I think you have to respond to that. Or Nico, what you can do is probably share the link. Share the link of your presentation if it's just online. Kaya ba? And then probably Makarius can just share the video or the presentation on your behalf.
So can I send it to Chief Donald?
Yeah,
Chief Donald.
Yeah, send it to me.
Yes.
Sure.
PDF. So it's a really big help. Now we were able to hear both Chief Donald and Chief Franco's background with regards to Bitcoin, to cryptocurrency, and NFT as well. And like what the other guys told earlier, there are really three big NFTs at the moment, which are the artworks, and then the games, which is I'll be talking about, and then yun nga. For me, I'll be talking about what's happening in the local market, since I think ito yung realistic na pwede nating i-anticipate since it's already happening. So we're just waiting for Chief Donald. Chief, can you assist me with sharing the screen?
Wait. 30 seconds.
So before we start, basically we are a gaming company that was established 2015. Pero I myself already into gaming since 2003 pa lang, 2003 Counter-Strike pa lang. So really fortunate that during this time NFT games is booming, and being a gamer, meron kaming advantage in that area, and we are already capitalizing on that. Later I'll be showing with you what our group has been doing, and what has been the numbers so far for the players locally here in the country for both the biggest games, Axie Infinity. Later we'll be showing it to you. So big help talaga yung background with regards to cryptocurrency and NFT with Chief Franco and as well as Chief Donald. So yeah, this is who we are. We are Lupon WXC. So we are originally a gaming company that do broadcast of international tournaments. Dota, Counter-Strike, nag-broadcast kami in Filipino niyan. So that is what has been doing since 2015. And then we are a grassroots company, and our HQ is located in General Trias, Cavite. So to go straight to the point, here are the classic games that we are accustomed since siguro mga 2008, 2010. So maybe some of it is familiar with you guys. Like ito yung mga single player, yung mga hindi pa kailangan ng masyadong internet. Yung iba like Warcraft, pwede mo laruin yan sa shop, di ba? Pero yung mga online games na talaga are Ragnarok, Cabal, Flive, Audition, Lineage, at saka Heroes of New Earth. So ito yung mga kinalakihan natin na games talaga, actually. Yung mga computer shop kami lalo. I played Counter-Strike 2003, and then I switched to Ragnarok ng 2008 yata onwards. So may shift ulit with regards to gaming, which is more on the multiplayer games na. So pa-scroll down shift yan. Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends, Valorant, tsaka Call of Duty Mobile. Ito yung mga current na malalakas na games na sinusuportahan here locally. So sa Amerika, merong mga Rocket League, merong mga ibang mga games sa China, may Free Fire, pero for the Philippines, ito yung mga malalaking games. Mobile Legends, Call of Duty Mobile, Dota 2, Valorant. That are the biggest. And these are not NFTs pa. So these games are talagang games na talaga sila. Mostly nilalaro lang talaga for fun ng community at saka individuals. But yet again, big brands such as BMW, Nike, Red Bull, Bud Light, even the football club, which is the Paris PSG, they already did something for the esports and gaming space, even though hindi pa siya NFT. Okay, so now we are already may transition ulit from the multiplayer na online games. Now there is the surge with regards to NFT games naman. So ito yung mga biggest NFT games at the moment here in the country. Again, there might be changes kung ano yung malaki sa Western, sa China, pero for local, these are the biggest. Axie Infinity, so alam naman natin lahat yan. Mirror 4. Mirror 4 is something that we are playing right now. Later, I'll be showing to you something. And then, Pegaxi, it's a horse racing game din. And Wanaka, it's a farm game na parang Farmville ba, pero it has currency. So, different games. From my perspective, pwede ko siya ikalintulad into different currencies. Axie Infinity has SLP, Mirror 4 has Draco, Wanaka has Wana, and then Pegaxi has Pega. So, pwede ko siyang ihalintulad into different currencies actually. So, for example, Axie can be like the US dollar, and then Mirror 4 Draco has the peso, di ba? Pero at the end of the day, you can interchange it, and every currency has value. That's the main point of it. So, dati, we are playing for fun, and sobrang dami ng gamers like in the span of 10 years. What now we are earning while playing? Diba? So that is the interesting part na nagta-transition ngayon with regards to Philippine local gaming market. And based on research din as well, I think for Philippine streamers, Axie Infinity already is on the way to on par for Mobile Legends with regards to streamers. Your numbers nila really is sumasabay na sa mga Mobile Legends streamers. That is how many audience that the Axie Infinity is getting. And umaangat na rin yung ibang mga games na streamers like the Mirror 4 streamers, nagkakaroon na rin sila ng viewership. That goes to show yung interest ng community with regards to the surging NFT games. So with regards to numbers naman, Chief, let's do this. So there you go. For Axie Infinity, based on our last research, there is 2.5 million daily active users. Merong 10 million na breeded Axie, and then $820,000 yung most expensive Axie. Isang Axie lang siya. Okay? So, pero ang focus ng presentation dito is yung amount of players na naglalaro talaga nito. Not to mention yung mga viewers pa na hindi lumalaro. So, ito lang yung mga gamers talaga. And then for Mirror 4 naman, yung peak players are 100,000, and then on an average, locally lang to locally, there's an 80,000 average players. Mirror 4 started like 3 months ago lang. And yet they are having 80,000 players already. I myself included on that one. And then Axie Infinity naman, I don't play Axie Infinity, but I do have scholars. So later I'll be showing you the team and what Lupon WXC has been doing on that space already. So yeah, I think the main point for this one is that nung mga times na games are for fun pa lang, it's already exploding. What more if we can convert or capitalize on this one? And during the pandemic, this game, specifically Axie Infinity, helped those na hindi nakakapagtrabaho makapunta ng work given the lockdown, because you can play this one on your mobile phone even sa bahay nyo. Diba? So just like the currencies that I compared it to, the value of each currency can go up and down depending on the market. So others are selling their SLPs or their Dracos on a monthly basis. Others naman are holding it just like stocks. Pag tumaas yung value, that's the time na doon sila magbebenta. For us sa Lupon WXC, we are known for doing broadcasts, but now we dedicated the department for NFT games. So we established First Blood Agency. So for First Blood Agency, so ito yung HQ namin sa Cavite, pero yung HQ is doing the broadcast. It's a studio. Nearby, we rented 4 houses, and then yung mga kalaro namin dati sa games, na ever since 2008, pinapunta namin, pinabootcamp namin sa mga houses doon malapit sa Cavite, and they are now doing like Mirror 4, meron kaming house for Mirror 4, meron kaming house for Axie Infinity, may house kami for Pegaxi, may house kami for Wanaka. So, ayun yung ginagawa nila. For Mirror 4, we do have 300 players na already under us. For Axie, we do have 100 scholars. And then for Wanaka and Pegaxi, meron na kami mga sariling tokens for that. And what I can share with you is that our investment for this one, I think nag-times 5 na within the span of 4 to 5 months. That's how big it is. If you know someone talaga knowledgeable about NFT and at the same time gamer, which is what our group is known for. So it just so happened na we are in the right spot with this search for NFT games. We do have hardcore gamers, and at the same time, we do have those internet na parang masipag mag-surf and research on how we can capitalize on something. So it's not really a structured system at the moment. We are just kumakapapa kung how we can capitalize on other things as well. But so far, so good for us for the NFT space. And we are expecting it to be bigger in the following years, given the reward that it has given even to the local communities na hindi naman talaga gamer before. So yeah, I can answer other questions on the panel discussion, pero it's really my pleasure to be here alongside Chief Donald Lim and Sir Franco from Coins.ph. Salamat.
All right, thank you so much to all our panelists. Thank you so much, Franco, Andico, Donald, for joining us this afternoon, for all the insights. Sobrang, it's exciting, this metaverse and whatnot that we are facing right now. I think in the Philippines, it's going to be a big hit, but it will take time. But I know it's, somehow gathering a lot of people supporting it already. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to our panel discussion, I'd like to request everyone to check your screens for the QR code and the link of this webinar's evaluation survey. This would help us to make our webinars better by providing us your feedback. Please take time to share with us your thoughts so Synergy can further improve on the ePanel webinars and their future events. We're going to give you a few minutes to answer the survey. There you go. It's right here. All right. Go ahead and go give us your answers, your evaluation. Also, it's the comment section too. So please just click the link or scan the QR code right here in front of you. Before we go into the panel discussion, let me share with you Makarius Digital, who's co-presenting our ePanel webinar today. With the vision of bridging the gap between technology and events, Makarius Digital was birthed into the world of event coordination and management. They started last year with a small pool of people, wherein their goal is to help business execute worth remembering events. Their team delivers the following services: management and coordination, like technical and stage management, live streaming, wherein they use Zoom, StreamYard, AirMeet, GatherTown, and many more. They also have event promotions, wherein they create graphic designs such as posters, banners, and marketing copy to promote your event. And lastly, they offer a highly scalable platform built for thoughtful engagement. They offer AirMeet platform, and as its business partner, they are a distributor here in the Philippines as well. Overall, they help manage virtual, hybrid, and on-site events. They have also partnered with JCI Makati and is in current partnership with Tanghalang Filipino, NGO, NPO, and other private companies. Contact them if you want to make your event happen, because Makarius Digital will be here to connect to your communities. All right. So this. So at this junction, of this event, we would like to bring in our esteemed panelists, Dr. Donald Lim, Mr. Nico Kenji Nazario, and Mr. Francisco, along with their moderator, Ms. Germaine Reyes, for this panel discussion to process the presentation we have had a while back. Take it away, Ms. G, and our dear panelists.
Oh my God, thank you so much for all of your presentations today. I feel like Jurassic. But thank you so much, Franco. Thank you for the definitions and taking us through cryptocurrency 101. Donald, I think most of my questions will be towards you because marketing, I will be directing most questions to you. Nico, I also have some questions to you, but thank you so much for sharing, the Axie community that you are nurturing. Quick question, also again, for quick definition, what does an Axie scholar mean ba?
For us, technically, we parang invest on a team of Axie, and then someone will play it, and then every reward that they'll be getting on that month, it will be split with a percentage, like for example 50-50. For example, they get around 20,000 pesos during that month, so a percentage of which will be given to us, and then a percentage of which they can retain it. In return, they won't be having to invest on the Axie since medyo pricey yung Axie. So that's a scholar for Axie.
Yeah, I figured this much. Parang yun nurture ninyo, to help in playing. In fact, our partner YouGov, there's an esports and gaming study white paper that they have. For those of you who would like to get a copy of that, please just email us in seminars@Synergy, because what that showed us is that Philippines is one of the contenders for gaming. So there's a lot of future in this. What do you think? For us here. My question kanina is this the panacea that we're looking for? Ito sagot sa atin na, let's face it, there's a lot of challenges that we're facing.
I think, Germaine, we're one of the top gaming markets, di ba? Kuya Nick, I think you can explain, like, di ba, when you were shoutcasting, what are the countries? Ilan languages lang?
When we were invited in Canada to broadcast the 2 billion pesos tournament, the official broadcaster there were Chinese, Russian, English, and then Filipino. That's how big the community is here in the country, actually. And hindi pa siya NFT games back then. What if more pa ngayon na NFT, which is talagang mag-benefit yung mga local Filipinos with revenues, actually.
I was wondering what kind of talent do we have, but we are so visual spatial, no? We take a profile of the Filipinos nationwide, and one of our key intelligences is visual spatial smart. Okay, I think we are very visual spatial rather than word smart. You know what I mean? We're less articulate, but we're really visual spatial. That's our special talent. Aside from, of course, music smart, no? And that alone tells me that there's opportunity for us as Filipinos in this game. It's a good equalizer, so to speak, nga ba? If we don't have the height, we have these capabilities. What's your take on that, Franco? And Nick, go ahead.
I think there's a lot of opportunity in the NFT gaming space, especially with it's basically a brand new type of gaming called play to earn. So before we had regular paid games, then we had free to play, and now we have play to earn. So it's become a brand new source of revenue for a lot of Filipinos, especially during the pandemic when they're stuck at home. So yeah, I think it's very early. But I think as the space continues to grow, there's a lot of potential to really bring more Filipinos into the space and have them part of the NFT and play to earn community.
Yeah. Yes, I'm bringing in Jazper also to help in also asking questions. But also, Donald, with your presentation, what it bears into mind as far as where I sit is concerned. Brands can be your next investment houses. And then offering, all of these investment opportunities for consumers, no? Now consumers have the opportunity to invest in a fun way, or investment made fun, or made in a gamified manner. Okay, unlike our traditional system.
So
Your
I
thought?
think like what I said, no, yung number one, from a marketing perspective, it's really, really early days. Even when I was carrying the space, no, I can see that everyone is saying early space pa. Si Stella Artois, even Nike, Taco Bell, lahat yan, no, sinasabi na it's of course new territory going into the NFT marketing. The audience, of course, is also a bit limited. You're not talking about a broad audience base. So for me, it's really planting seeds the same way. Sabi ko, no, circa 2005 when we were starting digital, in 2008 when Facebook is just starting. So it's again, it's a very green space, but it's very interesting because actually not only the marketing, that you will have to learn how to start marketing in the metaverse, but at the same time you can actually create business there. No, it can become a good business opportunity.
Yeah, but the earlier that you get into this, the better for the brand, right? But the earlier that they learn this, the better for the brand. Just see the opportunity up ahead. It's why not? They can act as an investment house already, offering these different types of cryptocurrencies, right? It depends on the appetite of the consumer or the investor. In this way, it's not your usual mumbo jumbo kind. Sorry. kind of investment. It's gamified kasi, right? Mm-mm.
There are some questions in the Q&A. I think you can
Right.
ask kay
Jasper,
Franco.
you'd like to take that?
I think I could already ask the questions from right here. But before I go to the questions, actually, my question is: given that we have just birthed, or probably we're just in the birth pains kind of system now in the Philippines, especially in the Philippines, in third world countries or developing countries. No, my question is, who, and at the same time, what are the efforts in making sure that we educate the population, diba? As we get into this kind of metaverse nga. Kasi nga, I mean, for us to be able to maximize in terms of marketing, diba? These platforms, kailangan talaga, ma-educate mo talaga. It's really a mindset shift, diba? Because it's new, diba? And there are a lot of uncertainties, there are a lot of fears about it. Why should I invest in this and that? So who's taking care of that in terms of introducing it to the Philippines and sanitizing, giving the people that sense of comfortability in terms of accepting it in the market? Who'd like to answer that?
I think for us NFT sa NFT games, majority of which is organically being done word of the mouth, since alam mo naman pagka there's revenue or pera concern, you will teach someone na okay, this is how it does, di ba? Ganito kumita, ganito rin gagawin mo, and it is being passed to friends and families and whatever.
Right.
So that's how it's being done. And then on a mainstream level, there are social media influencers who are jumping on the hype train of Axie, and in return, with the huge audience being there, they are teaching them strategies for them to also be stand out para sila yung balikan. They are in return giving some pointers on how to do this and that, actually.
Right. So on the side of gaming, it's really more of a community-driven kind of activity in terms of promoting it and seeding knowledge to people and definitely growing the business. But of course, generally, diba, cryptocurrency is not just gaming. So Franco, I think this will go to you. For that manner naman, for crypto generally as this new money that we have, who's taking care of marketing it or probably seeding information to the public so as to make it more reachable for more people?
Yep. So actually, that's really my role now on Coins, is to serve the community by giving these types of talks and presenting things like Crypto 101. And then we also have a lot of resources on our blog on the basics of crypto, Bitcoin, blockchain technology. Because at the end of the day, while cryptocurrencies have been around for maybe 10 years now, in the grand scheme of things, this is still very, very new. And with any new and very hyped piece of technology, there's a lot of misinformation, there's a lot of scams. So, I mean, speaking for myself, I think we have a responsibility in the community to really educate people as much as possible to make sure that when they are, buying or selling these cryptocurrencies, they know fully aware of what the technology is first and foremost. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do as in my role in Coins.ph.
Cool. That's interesting. Now, just in that same line of questioning, let me just give you the questions coming from Sir Fernando Bellarmino of FE Roosevelt. So I think it's really more in the governance part of things. So the first question is, does the BSP encourage the use of this technology? And then as a supplemental question also, when can we see the full implementation of blockchain? And just to connect also his third question, because it's also about security. There was a time when BDO accounts were hacked and money there was used to invest in Bitcoin. So what are your comments? What are your thoughts about this? So first, let's comment about the BSP or the government backing this technology up, the full implementation of it, and somehow the fiasco that happened along the way.
Okay, I'll try my best here. First thing in regards to BSP, Coins and BSP have a very good relationship. In fact, Coins was one of the first companies to have a virtual currency license and an e-money license issued out by a central bank. So I wouldn't say BSP, I can't really say they encourage the use of the technology, but they are very open to learning more about it and collaborating with companies such as ours and making sure that this industry is regulated properly. So we really do appreciate the BSP's efforts on that. And of course, we look forward to working with them in the future as crypto continues hitting the mainstream. In terms of the question when we can see the full implementation of blockchain, you can actually see the implementation of that today with cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. So one of the things that I mentioned during my presentation is Ethereum being a platform for these smart contracts and applications. So all of these things that Ethereum has built, that basically all of these NFTs, Ethereum, which uses blockchain technology, is the platform for that. So everything revolving cryptocurrencies and NFT, these are all different implementations of blockchain technology. So yeah, you can definitely see how blockchain is being used today, specifically in the cryptocurrency and NFT space. In regards to the hack BDO accounts, I actually was not, this slipped my newsfeed. So I'm kind of just reacting to it now. But of course, as I mentioned earlier, this space is new. There's also a lot of money being made in this space. So at the end of the day, I really always encourage everyone to not just, put your money in things mindlessly, put your money in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Don't just put your money there. Do your research, experiment a bit with our wallet, sending Bitcoin. You can start with as little as 5 pesos. No need to invest huge amounts. Really just get the foundation first of what this technology is. And that will really help you navigate into this new cryptocurrency / NFT world. So yeah, I guess the key takeaway there is really just do your own research and due diligence, because that will really help you moving forward.
Oo nga, kasi sabi nga nila, di ba, if it's something new, di ba, try to, apart from studying it, yung ilagay lang muna yung kaya mong isugal na pera if you're starting out.
Oo.
Alright.
Form of, financial inclusion kasi you can put in, ano yung minimum, Franco?
As low as 5 pesos you can start with. So I think, yeah, if you want to play it really safe, I think that's the best way to go. Just experiment, Don't go all in right away.
And that's what we're seeing in our survey. They want to learn more about it, so they're experimenting, in other words, as they move along and invest more. Yeah. There's another question, Jazper.
Yeah, actually, this question is very, very nice, especially for those newbies like myself also into cryptocurrency. Eto na, if I'm planning on investing in cryptocurrency, what should I look for to say? Or ano yung mga questions, mga parameters for you to be able to know that it's a good project? Ano yung red flags also that I should look out for to avoid scams? So yung tinatawag nga nilang rug pulls, diba? Sa mga gaming also, and also in some crypto games, diba? So who could answer this best? Nico, I suppose.
Yes, sobrang daming yung rug pull, di ba? Yung nag-take advantage ng peak, and then all of a sudden they'll take advantage of that one, di ba? I think for us, what we're doing is doing our own research. That's the most important thing actually. So the credibility of the developers, the credibility of the owners, di ba? And then at the same time, who's into it na? 'Di ba? Kung nakita nyo na sobrang laki ng percentage ng angat, 400%, 500%, pero kasi it can be altered, it can be manipulated, 'di ba? So for us, we are seeing na okay, someone came in already. That's a huge credibility boost for us to also invest on that kind of NFT as well. For us kasi hindi lang games yung ginagawa namin, but as well as currency trading. So once na makita namin na someone popular or credible na pumasok na, that's the time na okay, let's do this as well. That's for us actually.
Got it. Ayun na nga, no? Lalo na si Elon Musk, no? There are different coins coming out just because of his statements and whatnot. So yeah, again, I think we are nailing it down again to making sure that you do your due diligence, diba? So see trends, kung sino yung mga nag-invest, sino ba yung likely talaga na who put their money there and nagpo-prosper yung mga nilalagyan nila ng pera. And then the next question I think is for Sir Donald Lim. Can you consider metaverse as the next big disruption, like the COVID pandemic, that will lead to marketing pivots and consumer adaptability?
I think, in my opinion, it's going to be the digital space, though, especially for the younger ones. They'll be more masanay na sila, mas gamay nila. Tayo kasi parang di natin ma-imagine eh. Di ba? We really live in a very physical world, though. But this is nothing new to, especially those who are very much sci-fi na alam nila there's an entirely new world in the digital space. And we've seen that already. I think in the younger audience where in the younger audience segment, no, na paggising nila, di ba yung nakita natin, paggising nila, may sinusuot ka, you morph into that digital space. And that's nothing new for the younger ones who actually, when they wake up, they go to their phones, they start playing. They go into this point already, you know. So I think it's just a matter of time before that explodes. I think right now the challenge is always number on the tech part. On the tech part, which means it's not easy like Facebook. You would create a Facebook page, that's it, right? And it's easy, and you create an account, and that's it. Here, of course, the tech part for you, the developers, and also the second part is really the exchange. No, on social media platforms, there's no money changing hands. You need a bank, you need a payment gateway, you need all of these things. Now, what Franco is saying now, biglaan, you don't need a bank to regulate, because using the blockchain, you can actually trade crypto with one another. So that opens up a whole new opportunity. I'm not saying this will happen 2-3 years down the line. I think for it to reach critical mass, really needs time and people to slowly get into it. For us, we will always be continuously learning it, but I think the next generation, especially, it's them growing up and doing it rather than us doing it, feeling ko. So it's just a matter of time where you get a critical mass of audiences who's very much into that space.
My question is, the work from home situation that we are in, is this also fueling, this community? Or what do you think? And kasi based on some of the research that we've done, even after the pandemic is over, a lot of the 50% of the Filipinos are still planning to work from home. So that's going to be an enabler for this. The popularity, options.
The work from home situation definitely amplified this space by a significant margin, because we just saw a lot of people working from home, but also having a lot more time to play from home as well. And I think we also have entirely new generation of of kids who just live and breathe digital, that basically have played video games even before they learn how to spell or read.
Like
So
their birthright.
they're really digital natives in the space. Like my nephew, for example, all he knows is Fortnite, buying skins for his characters, buying digital items. So he is really the digital native when it comes to this metaverse that we're building.
Yeah. Actually, oo nga, Miss Germaine, kasi nga, oh yeah, go ahead.
But in fact, tawagan natin, we have digital native pero there's an NFT native na
Yeah.
Already. Kasi the digital is us using the internet, di ba? Parang ganun to Yung kasi pag metaverse native ka, parang pinanganak ka doon ka na You're such an expert. You live 3/4 of your life in the digital space.
To share with you my experience, meron
Nick.
akong na-encounter ako na meron pa silang MetaMask, Binance and MetaMask, Binance and Wemix kesa sa banks talaga mismo. So ganun sila ka-adapt dun sa NFT space talaga. And some of our employees work from home, and at the same time nagsasabi sila na can we do this one like the NFT games as well as working from home. So talagang it's inevitable kasi there's revenue there as well na hindi ganun ka na need magtrabaho na pupunta ka sa office and then go back ng ganitong oras. So actually I think that's inevitable for our part, for our generation.
Is it the perfect storm for us? Is it the perfect storm for us? Us being a high gaming country, we're visual spatial, we have the work from home, we need financial inclusion. What else? Diba? Is this the perfect storm for us? What do you think?
Alam mo, the rational, if you look at so many of the Axis scholars, si Kuya Nick, ilan ang Axis scholar mo? 100?
100, Pero tumigil kami.
100 Axis scholar.
Nag-expand kami into different games kasi sobrang
SAP.
daming opportunities.
Hindi biro yun kasi ako, Axis scholar ko, isa lang I tried it out. That's no joke. That's 100,000 to just buy the 3 Axis, give or take. And
Anong bili ni Sir Donald,
kulelat pa yung Axis ko, nadatalo. Ay kung at a Kuya Nick level, you do the math. You do the math of 100,000 per set, right? For the 3 Axis times 100. That's a big amount of money that you're playing with, but you're earning also every day. So in itself,
naman, what we're sorry, Chito.
Go ahead, Kuya Nick. Explain mo.
For us naman, others are parang saying na we'll focus on NFT and we'll resign from work. That's my experience. What we are returning with them naman is that use NFT games as a stepping stone into you doing bigger stuff. Kasi very volatile yung market You cannot say na laging malakas yan, di ba? So, ang sinasabi namin, balance it out. You can still invest and try NFT games, but at the same time, you should have your safe hold pa rin na pwede mong balikan whenever something went wrong with the market. So that's what we're doing and sharing with our people inside.
So what are the future for brands? I think my questions would be, what are the future for brands, Donald?
I don't think there's I think that's too early. That's premature to ask. I think as in our industry, Germaine, in the marketing field, I think the future is really for all of us, the professionals, to really start understanding this space. What I saw in my case study, I only 3 days ko pa lang inaaral to yung how NFT and branding, and you're seeing already before there's a digital marketing manager, there's a digital director. That was 10 years ago. Today, wala nang digital marketing director. There's no digital marketing director already because everyone is thinking digital already. It's automatic. A brand manager thinks digital. A brand manager before has to consult to a digital expert, right? To say, eto ba ginagawa ko, is this okay? Kasi may digital expert. Today, all brand managers or even the CEO are digital experts na rin kahit paano. So now you will there will be a rise of what you call the crypto, whatever you call it, the NFT director. the NFT marketing director will come into play. They will now start leading the charge. Right? So I think for all of us, medyo na-expertise na rin natin yung social media marketing, programmatic, all of these, search engine. Right? So this is the next level na, no, that we're going into.
Magkakaroon na ng mga metaverse activators.
Yeah, exactly. And whatever you call them, I
Yeah,
think
di ba?
space.
Pag-aaralan nila yan. So to find out how they can link their brands towards that. Yeah. Oo.
And so I won't be surprised like if ever the bigger brands like a Colpal or a Unilever or Nestle.
Cola.
Actually, meron ng si Unilever na Ucoins.
Oh, may Ucoins sila. Yeah.
Mm.
So I think it's a matter of time before everything, all of these, diba, come into play already.
They borrowed the business model there.
I want to understand lang though, I want to pick your brains as well. I mean, why is there the clamor for really going into, I mean, sabi nga dito, just coming from the question of one of our attendees, no, na why would the brands lean towards false reality? That is digital version of cars, horses, etc. Does this fake reality or digital realm the future that we really need? But I want to also just get the psychology behind it. Bakit nga ba tayo somehow sort of kind of enamored into, you know, the digital version of things that we have?
I think the market is there because the younger market is there. I think Kuya Nick can explain. Kasi he spends
It has value
% of his time in the metaverse.
Yes.
Diba?
It has value So it does have different pulling factor. Others will have reward every month given the monetary na babalik sa kanila. For us naman, we've been gaming for like 10 years plus na already. And may competition sa game. So alongside the competition, nagsasama-sama na yung mga pulling factor. Pero I think the biggest pulling factor is if it is something rewarding, then it's no-brainer na mag-invest ka ng time doon even na hindi siya fungible na asset. Tama. So I think that's where it goes back. Yeah.
And if you look at media studies, diba? When you consume media, before you look at TV, radio, print, magazine, diba? So everything goes into the digital space already. The amount of time you spend on media is now moving towards gaming or even life inside the metaverse that you are creating.
Exactly.
Meron manonood din. Merong manonood din, right? Yung mga nanonood as entertainment. Yeah, for that.
And I think that's why it's a prime space. I think as more people go in.
Right.
That's the problem with the metaverse. Once you go in, you realize, di ba, meron kang in media kasi we call it the escapist need.
Right.
This is escapist, like Netflix, you escape from real life. The problems of life. In the metaverse, you have your own life. Ikaw ang hari doon. Di ba? Si Kuya Nick, pagdating doon sa Mirror 4, siya yung hari ng kingdom niya eh. Di ba? So saan mo gusto? Paglabas mo ng physical, nako, ito na naman problema sa buhay. Balik ako doon. And I think that's
Kasi ang maganda pa ngayon, kumikita ka pa.
Kumikita pa siya. Yeah, correct. Kumikita ka doon.
There's one last question right here in our Q&A box, but I think I want to build on this. Why is there a big hype on Axie Infinity? So probably it's because it's the first, and at the same time, I think we had the community that drove it also, and then yung scholarship program nga. So probably you could add your answers there, and then second would be, ano yung mga aabangan pa natin? What will be next in terms of the gaming side of things?
Right.
Nico?
I think not only for Axie Infinity, but to different games as well. What's good with Axie Infinity is very active yung developers niya. And they are really in-depth with the community. So every updates na ginalabas nila, talagang direkta nilang nilalabas sa community. They do have an active Discord server. Discord is parang yung Yahoo Messenger natin, di ba? Yung parang MIRC natin. Sobrang active nila yun. And that goes to show yung confidence ng community sa kanila given talagang real time, talagang nakikipag-communicate sila. And I think that goes for Axie Infinity. For others, ay na yung sinusundan nila. For other games, ay yung sinusundan nila. They're really active with their updates, their patch. Talagang gaming talaga, pero this time with the plus na revenue on the game itself, actually.
Right. So Nico, as I see it right now, I think and Sir Donald, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the most palatable so far of doing like a metaverse kind of activation for brands for who would like to market using this database would be entering the communities, di ba? Kasi there are
Yes.
Discord communities already, then probably you could do some branding over there. So in these early stages, because medyo mahirap pa yung integration in the game and whatnot, it might take time. But now if you wanna target gamers, Gen Z, di ba, who are already in the game, I think that's the best route so far. But then, Sir
Yes.
Donald, do you have any thoughts on that? Nico, Franco?
Well, ako, basta, go ahead, Nico, Kuya Nick.
Chief Jazper, to share with you what I've done personally. I graduated 2012. So 2012, it was yung kaputukan ng mga FIBA, PBA, NBA. So
Right.
what I had in mind is that kasama ako sa community ng gaming and ang dami namin. 5 years, 6 years from now, lalaki to. So right off the bat, nung graduate ako ng 2012, nag-gaming na talaga ako, hindi ako nag-other industry. So I think this is the same with NFT games. So before 2012, wala talagang sponsorship and brand opportunities sa gaming kasi hindi pa ganun kalaki. Pero there are already brands coming in with a cost-effective na partnership na nagagawa kasi bago pa lang eh, 'di ba? I think that is what will happen personally then for NFT games for as long as the community is inside and it will continue to develop. I think 5 years, 6 years down the line, it will be one on the way to mainstream na rin yung numbers niya actually. So that's from my experience.
Yeah, similar with what we saw from the case studies of Donald. Yeah. Right now, mga luxury brands pa lang, ano? At saka ang mahal.
At saka medyo specific pa to some countries now, di ba? Where somehow they have better access, I suppose, and better understanding of crypto and NFTs. In the meantime, nako, time indeed not by so fast.
As a last question, I'd like to know what would be your advice, Franco, Nico, and Donald, to our consumers if they are in the investment mode, or for brands out there, how to watch out for this. Okay, how do they monitor this, and will there be a place for them? So would there be any advice that you would like to provide?
Nice.
I think I touched on this earlier, but make sure to just not go all in terms of in investing. Go all in terms of educating yourself on NFTs and crypto, because this is such a new space. There's so much to learn. Even me, I've been in the space for a couple of years, but every day there's something new. So if you think that you're too late, you're not. This is very, 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 very early in the grand scheme of things. And as long as you're willing to learn, you can find a lot of success in this space if you're willing to put in the time.
Yes, Nico.
Kuya Nico.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, just like what Franco said. There is abundant opportunities sa NFT space, pero there are risks as well. Sobrang yung risk not only locally, given internet to, scammers or yung ibang mga magpapagsamantala even will come from other countries as well. So I think invest more time on research, and if you know someone, parang wag ka mahiya na get some pointers on how it is being done, what are the do's and don'ts, diba? So once na makuha mo yun, that will give you the confidence para to act on the NFT space already and the crypto space. So,
Awesome.
I just like to add what both of them said. I think like what Franco said, very clear. Franco, I think is the most expert. Both of them would be the most expert than Nico, but they're not too far ahead. I think even ako, I'm trying to catch up. I think there's no excuse for us not to catch up and not to understand it. 5 years from now, kung nasa level 1 ka pa rin, yun, may problema ka na. Same also with anyone in digital. Same also like as today na wala ka pang Facebook account, parang may problema ka na. Diba? So, I mean, as a marketing person and as a business, I think later on you will see even the retail establishments will accept crypto. I mean, coins is accepted in some retail shops already. You pay your utilities, you do whatever. Right? So that space is already opening up. As a business person, you have to open up. Hindi, di ba? Parang kung 50 years ago, ikaw lang yung natitirang nag-umpisa yung credit card, hanggang ngayon wala ka pa rin credit card, you don't allow that. Ngayon, pa-phase out na yata sila, di ba? Crypto na eh. So Diba? So if everyone is going to that space and you're not allowing that payment option, then you're going to be left behind. So I think, and all the more now, there's no excuse because the digital space, you can just research, you can learn, you can look at case studies and everything. So I think today, like what I've said, we're planting the seeds. Sabi ko medyo deja vu ako na 15 years ago, I started my first talk on digital. Right? Na wala akong alam, pero I attempted. And so when Germaine asked me, gusto mo mag-talk sa NFT, sabi ko, sige, kasi wala akong alam eh. So nag-research na lang ako, di ba?
Papaaral ka bigla.
Diba? And then you realize, oh, teka lang, it's a booming space already. So I think it's our responsibility as professionals, as a business owner, and of course as a consumer. That's your money, but it might be a very good space for you to go into, no? Not later, but a bit sooner, and you reap the fruits immediately by being a first mover or second mover.
Well, like you, Donald, my team forced me to take on this topic, and I also had to learn it. Yeah, so go lang, diba? We just had our digital transformation brought about by the pandemic. We need our metaverse transformation. We're getting, diba? Metaverse. Exactly. Into the unknown. Yeah, Jazper.
Yeah, so it's about really breaking old beliefs, your belief system, diba? Trying to ride the wave, catch up, and thrive. I think that's how we're going to be moving forward as well. Generally in life even. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this webinar and learned a lot. For any further questions, you may email Synergy at seminars@synergy.ph so they can further address your queries regarding this webinar. And before we close, I think we already had final words from Donald, from Franco, and Nico, no? So thank you so much, dear panelists. And before I turn you over to Ms. Germaine for closing remarks, just another reminder to everyone, you will receive the link to this webinar upon sharing your thoughts to our evaluation. So for past webinars, kindly visit Synergy Market Research Strategic Consultancy's YouTube page for these. Now let's hear from Ms. Germaine Reyes once again for her closing remarks. Ms. G, take it away.
Well, before I do close, please, Nico, Franco, and Donald, how do they reach you if they have further questions?
Oh, there you go.
You can just probably type in, how to reach you. And then also, this is just the first of the conversations that we will do around here. So much to learn, again, the financial sector. Ang daming kailangan mapag-aralan papala dito, no? So with that, thank you so much, Franco, Donald, and Nico. Kuya Nick, nakikikuya Nick. Kuya Nick, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and experience. Oh my gosh, I hope we can still invite you again in the future. We're so appreciative of your time that you have shared with us today. So with that, I'd like to say thank you to our partners again, Makarius Digital, for staging our webinar today. And also thank you to our event partners, 360 Next, PANA, IMAP, PMA, and then also our media partners, Philippine Star, Business World, Light TV, and Marketing in Asia. Our advocacy partner, is Hope for the Nations. So this is our last webinar for the year. We hope that throughout the 6 webinars that we have presented, we hope that you learned with us as we provided you with the current and the hottest news trends for consumers. Be with us again next year. We will make announcements. And then before we end, I guess, Claire, do we have winners? Or we will...
Yeah, let's show the winners pala of our raffle kanina. Congratulations to Milandro Maniquez, to Toshiyuki Ishikawa. Ayan, congratulations din kay Eda Liza Gargar, March Eusebio, and Lillian Faustino. Nako, congratulations. You're going to be receiving your gift pack sometime soon. Synergy will be contacting you for you to be able to get that. Ms. G, anything more?
Yes, and before we end today's webinar, I'd like to share with you the following quote from Warren Buffett, an American business magnate, investor, and philanthropist. He said, "What counts for most people in investing is not how much they know, but rather how realistically they define what they don't know, as also mentioned by our speakers today, no?
Yeah.
Learn it and ask questions and invest a little, diba? So yon, with that, I hope we were able to share some insights that you can take home with you from either a personal perspective or from a company branding perspective. We hope that you were able to learn more about cryptocurrency and NFTs and the role of the Philippines. Ano kaya, no? The role of the Philippines in this. So with that, I'd like to thank you. Thank you to my team who really thank you so much for the thought and the analysis and the time that you provided. My partner Renzo and Claire and our marketing team, Paolo, and the rest of the Synergy team, from us to yours. Thank you for joining us today. And please wait for further announcements on our next events and webinars. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jazper.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss G. And Merry Christmas, everyone. I know it's been a very busy month already, and we are already celebrating Christmas sometime soon. So you guys just enjoy, spread a good vibe, share the love all the time. And we're going to be seeing you in our next ePanel webinar. Our panelists, please do stay for a photo opportunity after this one. And to the rest of you guys, enjoy the holiday season. Keep safe and sane, spread the good vibe, share the love, not the virus. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. This has been your ePanel webinar series, the last of it for this year. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Everyone, yes, we'll have a photo.
Photo.
Yes. Wow, Nico, thank you, ha. Franco.
Salamat po.
Donald, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
An uncharted territory.
Yeah, Miss G, overwhelming, no? Overwhelming siya actually.
Pero ang galing, ang galing.
Yeah.
We are, there's a gold mine here yata. It's a gold mine for the Philippines.
If you ever need a hour-long version of my Crypto 101, let me know.
Sige, please. Let me
know.
Share with us. Tapos let me know what we can share with our attendees today.
Yeah.
Right.
Medyo may mga hindi
Do you
yata
have an e-certificate for this, Miss G?
Sorry.
Roofer is asking, where's the attendance form for an e-certificate? Do we have an e-certificate? I think we don't have that.
No, because this is a free webinar. We don't issue certificate anymore.
Certificate. So Sil, that answers your question. So no e-certificate, but then definitely you could access this again, just in case you need references.
We will be putting this in, it's in our Facebook page, but we'll also put this in our YouTube page.
There you go. Thank you so much to those who are still
Thank
here.
you. We have to run, so thank you for having
All right,
us.
let's have a photo. Photo.
Photo. Okay.
Okay, could we spotlight Nico, Germaine, Donald, Franco, myself, and who else, Miss G? The team?
Yung speakers muna and
Okay, speakers. All right, let's do it para makamulakad pa siya, Sir Donald.
Yeah.
Okay. Asa na si? Ayan. Okay, picture. Smile. Who's gonna take the photo? Makarius?
Thank you.
Ready?
Yes. One ulit po. 1, 2, 3. Yan. Okay na po.
Okay.
Salamat,
Thank you,
everyone. Thank you for the opportunity.
Keep in touch. Thank you,
Bye,
everyone.
guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Young. Congratulations, Miss G. Thank you so much for getting me
Oh
for the
my gosh.
sessions.
Oh, it's so interesting. My gosh. Oh,
It
thanks
is,
for
it is. Ako, medyo when I started also studying it, medyo overwhelmed din ako. Pero ngayon medyo mas thorough na yung knowledge ko. But then I haven't really gotten into it. But I have friends kasi who plays, who invests. So medyo na-fill in din ako. So somehow,
Ang
medyo
ganda ng
naintindihan ko na
presentation
siya.
ni Franco. He bridged everything eh. So parang how does it progress from crypto to
Yeah, I love it. The video actually, ang ganda ng video niya, di ba?
Babalik pa ako ng wing at magko-compute ng sweldo. Ay! Sorry,
Oo nga,
sorry,
ma'am.
Miss.
Hi, ma'am. Kamusta po kayo, ma'am? Merry Christmas,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Jazper. So we will we're evaluating our events. So we'll keep in touch.
Yeah, see you on Monday for the Christmas
yes,
party.
the Christmas party. Oo. Akala ko kakanta ka into the unknown.
Ano tayong Christmas tayo ngayon, no? Napakanta rin kita.
Uy, napakanta tuloy.
Oh, Sir Renzo, Merry Christmas po.
Nasaan ba?
Claire, hi.
Hindi
Christmas.
Ayan.
Hello, Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you, our
Thank you.
Oo.
Ayaw ko makita eh.
Guys.
Hindi ako pwede magbukas ng video eh.
Bakit?
Oh, baka matakot daw kayo eh.
Ayan.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll keep in touch. Uy, we will see you around.
Of course. It's a small world.
Ang dami natin projects.
Oo nga, I've seen kung kailan ako nawala na.
Hindi na. O join ka January.
Tingnan natin, nandiyan lang kasi ako sa, ayun nga, given my company or where I transferred, it's fully digital also. So I'm like a sponge. I'm so absorbing a lot. I'm learning the system din kasi also. Kasi syempre, I'm just, it's virtual pa lang. So I'm trying to integrate myself. And yeah, parang ang dami ko kasing parang kailangang aralin pa. Tama ka, kung NFT is, kumbaga, overwhelming, this job also kasi fully digital din siya. So, kumbaga, nagko-complement naman everything.
Pero what did your partner say? So it's more your job than your partners.
Which one is this? I have Summit for my day job.
So it's more your job. It's more because of your job than what your partner said. Di ba we presented to your partner?
Right. Ay, so sila, hindi kasi nag-reply. I think nasa Siargao kasi sila for that. Pero yun yan, lagi naman ako nag-follow up. And then I'm actually following up for an assessment meeting and then like a moving forward kind of meeting kasi I want to make sure also that, we propel it. Sayang naman eh. That's why they're there. Para at least I don't have to really focus myself, my attention into managing myself. Diba? So they take care of it and growing that side of me. And then I focus on my day job naman while they do the other stuff. Diba? Parang ganyan. So, medyo, parang they need more work, I suppose. Yeah, but yeah, I'm still giving them a chance to do it. Nevertheless, okay naman.
Let me know. Kasi anyway, wala namang, may mga projects nga, parang 3 yung ila-line up eh. Tapos, like JV, you've met JV?
Yeah, I think, parang one time.
Din siya because they need for their company. So, yan, medyo may mga opportunities na for the power team.
Yeah, see, sir, what's his name? The one in events and something natin yan. Si Sir
Vince Reyes. Tito ng Tito ni...
Correct. Exactly. I think si Vince, kung wala man ako within BNI, he could, parang definitely involve me in the projects with BNI also. Kasi nga, diba? Yun na yun eh. Kumbaga ako kasi, I'm like a part of the slew of offerings of an events company. Parang ganun.
Exclusive ka ba sa talento?
I am. So they're gonna get cut lang every time that they're gonna get me for that. But I'm trying to fix it also. Kasi nga, sabi ko nga, I think we have to arrange also parang yung incentivizing it for you. Kasi nga, syempre, kunyari, sa akin galing, tapos sa trabahuhin, ipapasok ko lang sa inyo. Di ba parang contact ko yun eh, di ba? Parang bakit, alam mo yun, parang, but, so kung ang mangyayari, they're gonna be getting percentage of every earning that I'll be getting, kailangan makita ko kung ano yung plano nila on the side, ano yung pipeline nila for me. Kasi kung parang it doesn't make sense kasi if they cut every time, pero wala naman silang ambag in terms of
nagpapasok.
marketing me,
Oo.
diba?
Kasi
In terms
mga
of
na
getting
nagpapasok,
promotion,
diba? Oo.
diba?
Yeah,
So yun lang.
agree. Yeah. So work it out pa with them. Yun,
Yeah,
thank
definitely.
you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Ms. G. God bless. Have a great Christmas.
Moderation. Thank you for moderating with me.
Sure. Nakikita ko kasi medyo parang oh my God, si Ms. G, gusto kong tulungan kasi parang medyo phase ka ng konti. And then parang
I was looking at it from a marketing point of view eh.
yeah,
Kasi parang kasi yung mga examples ni Donald, more of the brands investing in it and parang silang mga investment houses na sila ngayon ipapartition nila yun. Kaya parang magiging investment house na ang mga brands. So, di ba yung example niya, yung LV, Nike, ganyan, or may isa pa, Lamborghini ba yun?
Exactly,
So parang nag-develop sila ng pool of resources. So, pwede niyang i-partition yun eh. So I'm looking at it from that perspective.
Exactly.
And then the other perspective that I was looking at was from an esports level. Like what you said, yung community nga, magkakaroon ng community. So it's a locked in. Kasi ang esports, ganun na nga binabalandra nila, no? Invest in us. We are another media channel. Okay, we're another media channel. So mga brands, invest here. Dito kayo if you want conversion and brand loyalty, this is the channel. So
actually,
I'm looking at it from that perspective as well.
Exactly. Meron na talagang companies ngayon, Miss Gina. Like here, there's Tier 1 that they solely are a company for gaming. And then they get sponsors already, mga ganyan. So they work with brands na. So kami naman sa Summit, for example, what we're doing is, given that we're not just limited to gaming, so we try to create synergistic partnerships naman with these to make sure that, for example, a brand that approaches us or we approach, we give them like a, depending on their target market, like a shop list of what they could explore with us, diba? So yeah, the gaming part would be taken would be for like more Gen Z marketing and whatnot. So mga ganon. So we are trying to be like an end-to-end kind of solution for digital needs for clients. So
kami naman from a research standpoint, iniisip namin kung how do you measure the impact of all of these sponsorships.
Right.
So how is it impacting their brand health? So yun.
Exactly. So far ang metrics, ang maganda sa digital, meron talagang metrics, but then well, there are definitely limitations about it kasi iba makikita mo lang, you could measure via view-through rates, click-through rates, and whatnot. In terms of conversion, meron na rin up until now, like kunyari, coming from your site, bumili ba sila ng product mo? So pa-partner ka ngayon, it's affiliate marketing setup naman siya. Like kunyari, we partner with
Jazper sales yan, yung marketing part is the brand health. How is it
the brand health,
the image, on the imagery,
tama.
on future purchase, on satisfaction with the brand, on loyalty.
Yeah.
So yun yung iba yung metrics nitong more of sales conversion.
Right.
How long, mga ganyan, yung mga length of time. So magkaiba pa rin. So yun yung mga tinitingnan din namin na mga angles.
Interesting. Oo nga. Galing.
And that's what YouGov has. Meron silang esports platform.
Meron na rin.
So that's why tamang-tama last Monday we had a webinar with the esports project holder globally.
Nice.
When he learned that we're from the Philippines, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you after this webinar. Because nga Philippines is one of the highest
biggest gaming
Kaya ngayon tanong ko is this the sagot panacea for kahirapan? Hindi ko lang masabi kanina. Kasi yun yung question that we asked during our web conference, meaning for those who did not attain much in life,
correct.
much in education, but they have the talent in singing, in entertaining, in digital, in YouTube, in gaming. So maybe there must be
Actually,
some.
pwede na siya ngayon, Miss Gio. Nga. Actually, yun nga, kaya may yung mga scholars. So, ibig sabihin yun nga, parang, okay, sige, kaya mo maglaro. Okay. So, sumisweldo talaga sila. So, kumbaga, ang dami ngayon, which I think nga, kaya nag-work talaga yung Axie. Kasi ang dami niya na nabigay ng kabuhayan. So,
Right.
kunyari, ikaw yung mayaman, ikaw yung bibili ng mga Axie for them, sila yung maglalaro. O, every 15, ikaw bahala, every month, ganun.
Yan ang sabi ko, hindi pa lang mag-gets yata ni Donald. Kasi when I was in Cook, we call that property activation. Meaning, this Axie is going to be my property. I create a horse.